Hello, good Friday. I'm Sarah. Thank you for joining me with the Journey Within. Um, Today, for this video, I thought I would start out the importance of spirituality, especially since we are entering Easter is on Sunday and today is Good Friday. And since I've had to go through my own healing journey, I want to touch up a little bit on spirituality. And I think right now is the best time to do it, especially with one of my first videos. So, given that, it took me a long time to feel comfortable with who I was and how I feel and what I think. And it took a lot of courage to do that. And actually making this video right now is taking a lot of courage. And this is probably like the 10th video I've started. So with that, I would like to express that I feel each individual who is in their growth process and growing or ready for growth needs to have a solid foundation for their spirituality, no matter what it is, whatever religion you might be, whatever source that you go to for prayer, meditation, whatever it is that you choose is right for you. And it's so important that it sits well with you and feels right in your soul. So, like I said, with that, for me, it took me a long time to develop what sat right with me. And I was raised in a loving Christian home. And I did go to a Christian school for the first few years of school, and then I transitioned into public school. I struggled a lot with understanding a lot of the rules and the stories, and some of the stories I felt went against each other. It's a very loud motorcycle outside. And then I just had a lot more questions than there were answers. And I feel like things were hushed and I couldn't really talk about religion or spirituality the way I wanted to growing up, or ask the questions that I wanted to growing up. And so I feel it's very, very important that everyone asks their questions, look into the answers, find out, your path. It's okay to switch paths if it feels right to you. You just follow your path. So for me, like I said, that path was hit and miss. There was a lot of things about Christianity that I loved and make you feel good. And I still I'm still part today, because I am also pagan. And pagan is kind of the original Christianity until things got added to it. So paganism gets a bad rap because it gets said that it's devil worship and witchcraft, and it's not. It's earth-bound spirituality. And I also, because I'm very open, I'm very universal. I'm a universal soul. So I'm very open to all of it. And sorry, the dog started barking and I lost my train of thought. So yeah, like I said, it was really hard for me to find my spirituality and who I was, because I was struggling with obeying these rules that I didn't always understand or get, or why can't we do that, and why can we do this, and that doesn't seem nice to do, but it says to do it anyway. Things didn't always sit right with me. A lot of things did, and a lot of things didn't. And as I've gotten older and done research and talking to other people and really diving deep into things, I have found a lot of clarity for myself in knowing that I'm not the only one with this mindset and this thought process. So it has made it a lot easier for me to finally open up and come out into who I am and how I really feel. And so, having said that, I would love to integrate the fact that Christianity and paganism intertwine, whether you like it or not. They intertwine, and the holidays intertwine. And that's because Christianity started to base their holidays around pagan holidays in order to get the people to transition into Christianity. There's a whole lot more behind that, and that's a whole other video. But today we're going to talk about intermingling and how the fact that today is just about rebirth. Rebirth of the earth, rebirth of your spirit, your soul, the rebirth of Jesus Christ. However you use this time to worship or do ritual or just give thanks, do it. Do what feeds your soul in this time, because spring is here. Spring is emerging. The earth is blooming and everything is coming back to life. So that is what Easter is all about. And the eggs, Easter eggs and Easter bunnies, fertility, just so you know. There is symbols of fertility and rebirth of the earth. So I'm looking at my notes as I'm doing this, even though I'm just spewing off words without fully looking at my notes. All right, so yes. Oh, hi, Tommy. So this time of year is really about those seeds that you have sowed, the seeds you've planted, whether it be within your soul and yourself, your personal growth, or your garden, which I've done a little bit of both. Now is the time of year to really start working on and feeding and watering what it is that you want to grow, what it is that's going to start blooming this year and really thriving. You want to water that and nurture that. So like I said, that is both inside and external. So getting out into nature, I always say this, you will hear me say this all the time. Nature is really the number one tool for healing, for helping, for calming your system and being able to breathe and reconnect. And that is so important, especially nowadays when time is so little for people. People's calendars are filled up and people are exhausted and they don't fit in time for themselves. Even a few minutes outside on your porch, just taking in the fresh air and the nature is very important. And so with sowing the seeds, right now, watering your garden, getting the flowers, watered, and they're starting to bloom and everything is growing. So right now is that time to really nurture and water your growth and the growth around you. And that is when you will start to really notice a shift in how you see and feel the world around you. When you start to do that inner work, that inner healing, recognizing how you feel and where you feel it, that is going to help you understand a little more of the direction that you're ready to grow in. And like I said, that intertwines right back to spirituality. You want to make sure, however it is that you grow, you have some sort of connection to source, something greater, bigger than you that you can breathe and feel safe in, that you are safe and supported in your life, and that now is the time to start nurturing and watering your new growth and just really enjoying this process, finding the beauty in little things, the little sproutlings that are coming up from the ground, or the little baby animals running around, or the bees that are just now starting to fly. They're coming back out. Everything is re-emerging and it is beautiful. And also, because I said bees, I want to leave one more note. Mowing lawns our lawn. We're those people that don't mow it as often, and we're the last ones to mow it when the season starts. The pollinators really need those little flowers, you guys. I know you want to cut them with your lawnmower, but they need them to pollinate. So if you can just let those pretty little yellow dandelions and purple flowers, and with the violets, the purple, oh gosh, now I can't think of it. Purple dead nettles, thank you. Think to myself. Those, they're beautiful. They're everywhere growing now, and just let them grow. Let them grow for a little while. Let these pollinators get around, these bees and all the other little insects that need to get around to help the earth grow. This is their time. Let them shine, okay? All right. Well, having said that, I hope you all have a beautiful Friday, a beautiful Easter. Do what feels right to your soul. You don't have to do what other people always tell you. Just do what feels right to you, all right? And again, disclaimer, that does not mean you can just do whatever you want, whenever you want. Be a good person, make good choices, be smart about it, okay? All right, because I don't want to tell people to do crazy, wacky things and then it come back on me. No. Find who you are inside, listen to that voice inside, and you'll find your path. You'll ruffle feathers, possibly, yes, but the right people will come to you, and you'll start to notice all the beauty around you, and that is what is important and sacred. So, all right, I hope everyone has a happy Easter, beautiful Friday. We are getting beautiful weather, and so I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.